They're afraid to teach. I'm sitting there like, man, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it.
Good afternoon and welcome to another edition of Ask Mathis. I'm your host, Reginald Mathis, and rocking with me is my brother Wildman Teddy T, aka Baron Theo Mound-builder. What up? What up? What up?
I hope they ready for it. I hope they ready for it.
No choice now. It's here. It's
I hope they
here.
ready for it.
It's here, bro. If you ain't ready,
Mm, mm, mm.
too bad.
Yes,
Too
indeed.
bad. Too bad. It's the Ask Mathis show here on Strong Arm Radio. And our man is in full swing.
2 weeks in, baby.
Yeah, full swing, bro. We got a long time to go, bro. None. If you just missed it, you probably done missed a bunch, man. He got folks, man. If you paid attention, now we go from Sleepy Joe, who'll go weeks.
Weeks. I ain't heard from him
Sleepy
for
Joe
years.
go weeks without, hearing anything. This man right here, bro, it's like an hour update, man. He like the ticker, like breaking news, and he's doing executive orders like they really laws, but they aren't. But but I see the strategy. The strategy is if I put so many executive orders out there, they can't fight all of them, or they can fight all of them, but I don't have to pay for the lawyers. I got White House lawyers. I just have them fighting that all day. And y'all go hire y'all people to go fight it all day. You got to get injunctions. You got to get injunctive relief to stop, man. He just, whatever he think of, he like, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. And the terrorists, fortunately, all that talk about Canada, all that talk about Mexico, and
Those are just wolf tickets.
they were definitely wolf
They
tickets.
were just wolf
and
tickets.
I guess they wasn't really expecting Canada to have taken him seriously and to start just saying, hey, Super Bowl this week. Like, y'all want to do this?
Now?
Y'all want to do this now? Y'all want to do this now?
Right now?
You sure? You sure? But shout out to Canada, man, because Canada, bro, they really love us, man. They really love us, man, because all they folks came out there, Justin Trudeau, the outgoing prime minister, his dad was the prime minister of Canada. He comes out there and he's saying, like, look here, man, I'm speaking directly to the American people. We done been in every conflict with y'all. We neighbors, we family, we all this. But your man, your boy,
Your people them.
but your boy,
People them over there.
your boy over there tripping, man. Like we think we about to take this ass whooping sitting down. We not gonna do that. Like, we hate to do it, but we gonna do it. And this is what we gonna do. And then after he outlined what they was gonna do, he said, but we gonna give y'all 3 weeks.
3 weeks now. Don't play with
We're
it.
gonna give y'all 3 weeks so y'all can make alternate arrangements. They really love us. They really love us. Now Mexico came and it was like, y'all know what this weekend is, right? Boy, avocados, limes,
In New Orleans
and
too.
tequila.
In the Gulf of America.
Avocados, lime, and tequila. That's what y'all want to do? You sure? You sure? So Buddy ends up coming like, okay, we giving them 30 days because they said they're going to send 10,000 border troops,
Right.
down
like
there.
that.
But that was already in the works.
And
the same thing about this czar in Canada to keep fentanyl out. That was already in the works. But, who cares?
It's all the narrative.
Who cares? Because he said it. So the fact that you can fact check people or whatever, it don't matter. It's like whoever has the loudest microphone wins. That is where we are right now.
Yeah.
That's where we are. Whoever has the loudest microphone,
So
they win.
I've been doing some, research. You know how I am, looking and seeing, and the things that I see what he did with the national intelligence. I look at what happened with national intelligence.
Bro, just look who he appointed. Look who he appointed who's going through, the process right now. Toby
Mm-hmm.
Gaffer,
Mm-hmm.
former Democrat. She
Mm-hmm.
ran for president. She befriended the dude who stole like
Everything.
all the secrets and
Mm-hmm.
then went and got covered in
Got rolled.
Russia.
Yep.
It, like,
Yep.
bruh,
And then
imagine if that was. Don't even say Biden. Let's
mm-mm,
just say Obama.
Obama. Oh man,
Let's
forget it.
bruh.
Forget
They
about it. If
already
it was
called him the
Obama.
Manchurian candidate. He
Exactly.
was already the Manchurian candidate, and he put somebody up who wants to straight up, like, you know, I was, yeah, I said what they did to Eric Snowden, the traitor who sold, like, leaked all our secrets to everybody. He wasn't a bad guy.
Mm-mm.
And then to go over there and meet with Assad when he was the president of Syria
Mm-hmm.
and take on like what he was talking about, bro.
Mm-hmm.
If that had been Obama, bruh,
Mm.
like we don't even have to even
Mm-mm.
say that. So everything is just, we're in the world of Alice in Wonderland right now.
Like I feel like number one, he's trying to stretch the executive order. Um, the View broke it down lovely. The View, Whoopi, all of them, they broke it down so lovely with the whole Elon Musk and how it's coming in. But
How he paid 275 million to make 150 billion. That's a hell of an investment.
mm-hmm, you know,
I take that.
but
I take them odds.
he's definitely trying to change the Constitution, and
That ain't gonna happen. That's a red herring. Do you know how hard it is to change the Constitution?
mm-hmm,
You have to take it to the states.
mm-hmm,
You got to get like 3/4. Like,
mm-hmm.
come on, bro.
I'm
That's
just saying
almost impossible.
that's just what he's trying to do.
That's no. That's almost impossible, Teddy. That's definitely one of them pump fakes. That's a pump fake. It's get folks over there to fight. So, bruh, they
Mm-hmm.
not gonna be there that long, bruh.
I
We,
hope not.
they are looting in broad daylight. They
He said
looting
they
in
looting that
broad
broad.
daylight. That's straight. They looting, bruh. They straight
I mean, because
looting.
everything this guy's done now is illegal.
Straight grifters.
I mean, straight
But
illegal.
did you see what Step just had up?
Yeah.
This man just had a press conference with the Prime Minister of Israel,
Mm-hmm.
basically saying, "Hey, you know what? Based on
We're gonna
based
take
on
that.
all the destruction,
That's all
based
did.
on all the destruction that's over there, you know what? We're gonna have to move everybody out.
Everybody.
And since we gotta move everybody out, we're gonna bring in our American troops over here and we gonna guard the place and make sure y'all safe over there, Israel. And since we over here,
We might as well build.
we might as bruh, this
We might
is
as well.
beachfront property.
Riviera.
This the Riviera of the Middle East. Like,
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 forget
hey,
about Dubai.
why not?
Forget about
Why
Dubai.
not? We got natural.
Forget
We
that
right,
old
we
dance.
right here on the ocean. We're right here on the sea. Like, there's some great, beachfront
Mm-hmm.
territory.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, bruh. And looking at all the folks, you want to, yeah, go ahead, man. Let's take it from the monkey's own mouth. Go ahead and take it from the monkey's mouth, man. Take it from the monkey's mouth. Is Elon Musk pulling the strings, or
Oh my God.
or these all his ideas? But
He's worked for
he on the mandate,
he's worked for hire, so
bruh. He's on. Hey, when there's a mandate, what did he already tell you?
Mm-hmm.
When you're a celebrity, they
Hey,
let you do what you want.
do what you want.
Grab them by the,
Mm-hmm.
when they famous, they let you
That's
do it.
They let you do it.
Which seems to be probably the truest thing he ever said. I just so happened I was watching the basketball game. There's no stuff when you're ready to play that. But I was watching the basketball game, Cleveland and whoever they was
Boston
playing
last
last
night?
night. Yeah, the
Boston.
Cleveland-Boston game. So I fell asleep. Bro, I wake up
It's a whole
too
nother
much.
game.
No, bro. I wake up I'm watching it on TNT.
Mm-hmm.
I wake up to the former personal assistant to Diddy
Mm-hmm.
doing an interview, like a straight interview. I'm sitting here like, whoa, bruh.
That's the documentary.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bruh. And it was on
Yeah,
TNT,
it's on
so it wasn't
TNT.
like
Yeah,
it was on
yeah.
some
The
whatever,
Fall of
bruh.
Diddy is
I'm
on
sitting there,
TNT.
but
Yeah.
Buddy he didn't really say. Well, I think the most damning thing, because everything, he was like, I didn't see it.
Mm-hmm.
But I came in, bro, and you talk about the baby oil,
Mm-hmm.
like the baby oil was in motion.
Mm-hmm.
We had motion on the baby oil. And what I mean by motion, he was like, bro, you had to be careful when you went in there because,
You'll slip.
it was a wet
You'll
bathroom
slip. You'll slip
and
and
it's
fall.
baby oil like before you get in the tub, and then when you got to go in there and stick your hand in there to
Mm-hmm.
take the water off out the tub, it's the oil is all in there, and he's like the damning text messages and the video messages that he kept, which is basically saying, I need them shrooms, give me the doses, give me the this, give me the that, give me that, and he was taking the stuff. I need the Cialis. He had the prescriptions for the Cialis
Mm-hmm.
and all the stuff like that, and just like he come clean it up. Now they didn't call it freak offs, they called it king parties or something like that. He's like, we having a king night
Mm-hmm.
or something like that, and he was basically like,
Caligula. Caligula.
hey, your words not mine. I remember my world history teacher, referred to Caligula as Claw. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's what he called him, Claw,
Mm-hmm.
because they was
Mm-hmm.
doing whatever you
Mm-hmm.
could think of,
That,
they was doing.
that's what it
So
was.
so Buddy was in there, man.
Mm-hmm.
According to his assistant, man, it was like Buddy was in there. He was like he had a type. So this is a guy. If I'm evaluating this guy for testimony, like some of the stuff, you like, you know what, I'm gonna bring him in, but he's a hostile witness at the same time,
Mm-hmm.
because they asked him, did you see him, basically commit crimes, and he was like, nah, it was really, consensual,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, he didn't come out and just say he was gay, because at one point he started crying. It's like, why you crying? Because he was like, he gave him some coochie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sitting there like, what? But he started saying like, and at one point he was like, yo, today's the day, you about to prove your loyalty. You about to see, like what it is. If you down for me, I'm about to see what you really about. And so he's just like, he said he grabbed him by the shoulders and started massaging him. And it seems like that's what he wanted. That, Diddy could have took that.
He thought he was gonna get
Right.
that,
He
that
thought he was
Facebook
about
poke.
to get it.
Thought he was gonna get the Facebook poke.
Right. Right. He thought he was about to get it. But instead, Diddy was like,
Got him ready.
got you over I got one right here ready for you. And he like in his mind, like, oh, it's like gonna be you? Like, nah, it's gonna be that right there.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's like, when he looked over, girl was just like, it's okay. Like,
Come on,
it's okay. Come on.
you good.
So Diddy gave him a condom,
Mm-hmm.
and told him to, go in there. And he was just like, I started, and I just ran away.
Mm.
What? He like, I started,
Mm.
and I just
got up
ran.
and ran.
I just ran
guy.
away. I'm like, man, traumatize me like that.
Poor
You
guy.
feel me? I would love to be able to come home and just, just tell my wife, baby, just hold me. Just hold me. She's like, what happened? I said, man, that video model everybody been talking about, all that, whatever. I had to smash him.
I did it. I did it.
I had to I had to smash him.
No,
Oh,
I'm gonna
I
tell
had
you,
to smash him.
you have to be a certain breed of dude to be in this situation. Like when we used to do the Mix Show Power Summit, I remember Puerto Rico on Wednesday. We got there and they made you take a shower. You put on a robe and they give you a handful of condoms. You walk in the room, and it's like some dudes when they got to that point, they would really like back out from when you're in the
Right.
entry. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then the second day they try to come back, and it's like it's not for everybody. You know what I mean? You have to
Right.
be a certain type, and you can't really pay attention to who's
Yeah.
looking at
No. I
you.
mean,
You know.
look, I ain't never been a trained guy.
Mm-mm.
I ain't never been. I ain't never been a trained guy.
Mm-hmm.
If I done been in one, I gotta be the first one to go,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm out because I ain't want to.
You don't
I
want to be those legalities.
I don't. I'm just, you know what I mean? Like, I ain't that guy. I ain't there to sit there and
Mhm.
voyeur on, you know what I'm saying? Like, other dudes was
Mhm.
they for the whole
Mhm.
shebang, and apparently, according to his assistant, that's what he was on.
Mhm.
Is that he's like had the videos, and one of his tasks was to scrub like the
The after
the
effects.
iPads,
Mhm.
the tablets, and all that because when folks over there, producers, whatever
Mhm.
people want to
Mhm.
give decks and stuff,
Yeah.
he's like, yeah, it's very easy to
Mhm.
stumble like, hey, what is this?
Who is this?
Like, what is this?
Whoa.
But he said he definitely had a type, and said his type would be like the influencers,
Mhm.
like the IG influencers.
Mhm.
Like nobody really, it was like the really famous folks, they wasn't really, it wasn't really them. It would
Mhm.
be the ones that, the IG influencers, and then they was trying to, key on youngster, like young, like how young? He was like, no, 20s,
Mhm.
like 20s, like in the 20s, like it was like trying to make news. So again, I think he got a definite shot
Mhm.
to win because it's a lot of
They have no
noise.
real
His
evidence.
his character, his character is what it is.
Mhm.
His character is done.
Oh yeah.
Like he is
But
character wise,
but
he's
at the same
destroyed.
but at the same time, people already know this about him, and really,
Not the general public, not the ones
no.
who not being like the star of the Met Gala and coming out and doing. He would never
I
get
mean,
that type of access again,
yeah,
ever.
because I think the worst thing that he did that's really was what happened with Cassidy.
Yeah, of
That video.
course.
That's is what
Think
people
about
look
it.
at.
Think about it. Remember Ray Rice, the running back for
Mm-hmm.
you
Oh
know the
yeah,
the
yeah,
NFL.
yeah,
The
definitely.
NFL had like
Mm-hmm.
handled that or whatever until the video.
Came out.
Bro,
Yeah.
he cold cocked that. He
Mm-hmm.
cold cocked her.
Yeah.
And even though she came back, it was like, we married now. I was just
Mm-mm.
the fiance. You know what I
It just
mean?
happens.
I was just a fiance. I was just a fiance
Love and
back then.
war.
Now he done married me. He
Love and
done went ahead
war.
and dropped it, whatever. Bro, when they saw him just game over,
Mm.
like, bro, that was a punch out. Game over.
Mm-hmm.
Clarissa Shields,
Mm-hmm.
boom, and then drag her
Ooh.
into the elevator.
Man.
Bruh, that level of hostility, it just, you can't come back from that. You can't come back. So let's see our president, man. Donald Trump is the president, and I'm here for it.
As
I'm
far
here
as
for it.
Gaza is concerned, we'll do what is necessary. If it's necessary, we'll do that. We're going to take over that piece and we're going to develop it, create thousands and thousands of jobs, and it'll be something that the entire Middle East can be very proud of. But everybody feels that continuing the same process that's gone on forever, over and over again, and then it starts, and then the killing starts, and all of the other problems start, and you end up in the same place, and we don't want to see that happen. So by the United States, with its stability and strength, owning it, especially the strength that we're
Owning
developing and
it.
developed over the last fairly
Dude,
It only
short
makes
period of time,
sense.
I would say
folks
Mm-hmm.
are
really since the
really, really,
election,
really trying to take
uh,
us back
I
in
think it'll be a
time.
great
You talking
keeper
about
of something
owning
that
it.
is very, very strong, very
Owning
powerful,
it,
and
bruh.
very, very good
A
for the area,
country.
not
Yeah.
just for Israel, for the entire Middle East.
Yeah.
Very important.
I
And
mean,
we'll
look how they created Israel.
again have
They did it the
thousands of
same
jobs, and
way.
there'll be
And I
jobs
think
for
that's what it
everyone.
is.
And that's
Like,
all it is.
I've been wondering, because I've never had a desire to be a billionaire. Never had a desire to be a billionaire. You know, being able to wake up every day with a roof over your head, with your bills paid, and not living check to check, I'm good with that.
Mm-hmm.
I feel super blessed. So when I see like other folks, man, when I start telling them, man, I'm retiring. They're like, what? Man, why you ain't keep I like, man, for what?
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I feel like I've been working since kindergarten. I've been working since kindergarten, man. I ain't never take a year off. You know, it's been K through 12, then college, then law school, then straight jobs. Jobs, trying to work. For what? It's like gambling. You know, when I realized I had a gambling problem, you know, some years ago, it was when you have a gambling problem, Teddy, you don't know when to stop. And you don't know when to stop because you don't have any goals. It's like you there for the rush. It's like you there for the rush. Like say you on the blackjack table. You're on the blackjack table and say you start with $200. Now you take that $200 and you up to $1,000. Instead of saying like, boom, I got 5 times what I started with.
Right.
Now you like, man,
risk it all.
I could get 10. I could get more.
Let's put it all. Let's put it all. And now you like done, you know, so an example, you know, for my blackjack players out there. Let's say you got 2 6s. The dealer showing a 6. That is the best hand like you can really have because you get the first split, the 2 6s. And then you get a 5 and a 4. So now you got 11 and a 10 against a 6. So when you split, you got to put the full amount of money down that you had on that original bet. So let's say you got $100 up. So now to split, now you got $200 up because you just split. Now when you take that next card, if you get a 5, you could double down on that 5. So now you got another $100 up. And then you like, boom, you go over, you know, you take a hit. They give you 1 card when you double down. Then you go to the next one. You know, the assumption is that you're going to get a 10. So, boom, I got a 4. So, I got a 10. So, I'm going to double down on that. Right? So, I've been in there, Teddy, where I had a 19 and a 20 against a 6. $400 up. From that $100 that I had, now it's $400 in this one hand. So, I'm sitting there, bruh, and I'm watching the dealer go, you know, 6, then 3, then 5, then 4, then 5, 21. So they just took my $400 in one hand. And I'm sitting there sick. Now, the $200 that I done made $1,000, now I done went back in my pocket, because now I'm out of money. So now I'm asking for more money. And then before you know it, you know what I'm saying? It's like I was up 1,000. Now I'm down 500. Now I'm down 500. Now you feeling crazy. Cause I had no goal. I had no goal at the table. You know. So it's like the same, to me, it's like that same situation, man. If you don't know what your goal is, you don't know what you're chasing, like what you want to do, like you're going to be on that. You feel me? You're going to be on that, man. And so, you know, here's another, you know, to the people with the aid, you know, so we, you know, we're going to have to bring Hot Wheels on and see if Hot Wheels money getting messed up or Novocaine money getting messed up. You know, all the stuff that our brother Steph wanted to happen, because Steph said, man, I want everybody off the government. I want everybody off the government. So, you know, we're going to end up with people in wheelchairs and blind folks running in the cars because ain't nobody going to be out there to help them. Because, like, man, how am I going to help you? I can't help me. Bro, they like take them all off.
But like U.S. aid is more so like all the Africans, the
that's
AIDS,
part of it. Yeah, all the stuff
the
like
beds and
like
not everybody
Bush
floor.
basically eliminated malaria. You know, George W. Bush eliminated malaria.
Over there.
But it's definitely the U.S. aid, bro. The folks overseas already been told to come back. So, like you said, a lot of the bread is less than 1% of our budget and they got the folks overseas, man. They like, come back.
And on the bigger thing is he cut international development, which is all the NGOs and all the different.
Watch how China just stepped right in.
That's the whole point.
Watch how
That's why
China.
they doing it.
Watch how China. Watch how China just step
That's
right
the whole
in.
reason why they
And
doing
we're gonna
it.
end up with a new global look.
Yeah.
And the new global face. Just look how long it took for Latin America and South America. You know, like when you talk about the conquistadors coming in, and all of a sudden it's like, wow, you know, you got all these Latin people, and it's like they all like got straight hair. They all, or many of them, or whatever, despite Brazil having more Africans than the U.S. We're in the Brazil, but if you go in there, you know, there's a population where they look, you know, African straight up, but for the most part, they've been assimilated,
Hispanic.
you know, into the culture. But you know, I feel for the folks at USA. I feel for folks in DEI. You know, we're in February. You know, I ain't never rocked with Black History Month because we rock Black History every day. But as far as you know, in the schools, what's happening in Florida with, you know, is now nationwide. You know, and that's what we own. And so, what are we going to do about it? So, you know, many of the organizations that I'm a part of, churches, you know, professional, fraternal organizations are trying to, you know, make up for, you know, where the shortfalls are, you know, going into the schools, man. So it's incumbent on all of us to do our part, man. If you aren't doing anything outside of your household to help other people, it's only so long before we all gonna get impacted. Where we think, well, I'm good. I was talking to a brother last night. You know, he was like, you know, he good. He retired teacher, doing his thing, volunteering and doing stuff like that. And he told me straight up. He said, man, I'm not so much concerned about myself. You know, my kids, you know, are grown, but it's my grandkids and my great grandkids that I really don't know what this thing is going to look like, because, you know, many of the strides that were made, battles that we thought was over, is now like, you know, if the Voting Rights Act of 65 and the Civil Rights Act of 64, you know, the enforcement mechanisms are gone. It's like, who knows, man? Who knows? And when you have somebody that is now a second term guy, a guy who had, you know, 4 years to learn on the job, then 4 years to, you know, learn more and observe it and be like, oh, okay, that's why you do that. Oh, I want to do that.
What about the thing with Marco Rubio appointing the guy who said that only white men need to be
competent white men need to be
running everything,
and everyone needs to be at the foot of MAGA. Hey, you know, what have we been saying, Teddy? What have we been saying? That you have people who consider the United States, you know, a Western European nation. You know, Elon Musk is advocating for more white South Africans, you know, to immigrate over here. You know, let's get rid of all these folks. And, you know, when you talk about the Venezuela, I think I sent Step, you know, the folks in South Miami, bruh.
Yeah, last
like,
week. Yeah, they had them.
Like,
done.
vote for Donald Trump. Ding, 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 ding. Vote for Donald Trump. Vote for Donald Trump. And then he came out and revoked their temporary protection status.
Why you do him like that?
Oh, man. Bruh. He is the Ric Flair of politics. He the Ric Flair of politics. You got to give it to him, bruh.
Bro.
You got to give it to him, because Ric Flair did not follow the traditional rules in wrestling.
Oh, no.
You know?
At all. That's what made him a good bad guy. He was a good bad guy. And I think he was one of the first good bad guys.
That's what I'm saying. He did not follow the traditional rules of wrestling. Where it's like, why do I like this guy, but he cheating? Why do I like this guy, but he jumping people?
Mm-hmm.
Why do I like this guy who's out? He's braggadocious. He's out here and he's doing whatever. Is it because it's like, oh man, he over the top? He ain't really like that. You waiting on some humanity, to show up or whatever. And it just the nature boy,
Keeps coming.
is the nature boy. The nature boy is giving to you raw. Donald Trump is the nature boy. Nature boy Donald Trump.
He takes on a lot of different little personalities, and that's what make him like. And then the people itself, I think there's such a people who've seen him just throughout all these years, and that he's created this accomplishment that they just want to see him win. They just want to see where he goes. Like, when we said back in the days, the EPMD line, total chaos, mass confusion, rhymes are hypnotizing that is causing illusion. Like, he's really taking this to a whole nother level. And, like I say, every day I wake up at CNN just to see what else he's done. I think they said, President, are you going to go out to see the plane crash? He said,
what, I'm swim?
You want me to go to the water?
Hey, you want me to go out there swimming? What a not smart question. What a dumb question. What a dumb question.
Oh, that was the best, man. Like,
bro, hey, and it's like you can tell he like Caitlyn, right? You can tell he like her. I like her too. I like her. Nice. I like Abby. Yeah. I like smart, pretty girls who don't know it. They kind of do it for me, And he's just like, she's now covering the White House, so she's in there, she talking or whatever. And she asked the question like, yo, don't you think you're getting ahead of your skis? You blaming all this and you don't have any proof or whatever. He said, because I got common sense. He's like, because I got common sense. It's like, that's a dumb question. I really wouldn't expect that from you. That's a compliment. That's a compliment in today's society, because he's basically like, you do your work, you work hard, you smart. But that's such a dumb question. So what is she gonna do? Is she either gonna come and, as so many people do, like I had a lady. I give you a quick example because I see our guest is here. I had a lady or whatever. I'm in a place, and somebody was just like, oh, that's talking about like the Divine Nine and talking about like Greek letter organizations and whatnot. And then it was just like, oh yeah, he's an alpha. And she's like, alpha? Ooh, yeah. I'm like, damn, like what we do to you? Like you got a problem? Like what we happen? She's like, yeah, ooh, what we do to you? Whatever. Like, when you was a kid in like preschool, if the girl like hit you, that meant she liked you.
That's right.
So some women still own that.
Yeah.
They feel like, they're going to insult you first and hit you with a little aggression so you can come back and like, try to get through the onions and whatnot.
Look,
but I think we got to guess. We're not gonna hold up any longer. Welcome to Ask Mathis. How are you today, Pastor?
Hold on a minute. Okay, wait a minute. Okay. We didn't get the sound right. We got Miss Erica E. Wade on the special guest today. A very exciting lady. It's Black History, so I said we start off with the ladies. And she's got some big things popping off. She's won Emmys.
Yeah, I saw that.
You know what I mean?
I saw that Emmy.
She's got a lot of things.
Oh yeah, right.
Woo.
In case you forgot.
In the background.
In case you forgot.
That's what I'm talking about, boy.
In case you forgot, I'm gonna remind you. We got Emmys around here.
What else is it there for?
That's it. So we got Erica in the building. Go ahead and let us know what you got going on this beautiful occasion. Miss Erica Wade live on the Ask Mathis show.
Yes. I'm so happy to be here with you guys. If we can, I would love to table back to your conversation. I'm an AKA, and I get it from the male perspective.
Rock with us. Ski 5, rock with us.
Yeah, sometimes when I tell people I'm an AKA, they go, oh. I guess with the assumption that we are a certain type of woman, but...
Y'all are.
Yeah.
Not all of y'all. I know. I like y'all too. I like
Claim
the
it, claim
AKs.
it. It's all good.
I would like to think that I'm very down to earth.
Mm-hmm.
I would. You know, even though this thing is in the background, I feel like the only thing that changed about me after winning my own individual Emmy was that I knew that I could do the things that I wanted to do and that I had manifested. You know, you might still have a little doubt once you put it in the air and you believe it and you start working toward it. But when you get a little bit of recognition, that doubt is stupidity after that point. You just have to know that what's for you is for you.
Hey, there you go. There you go. Definitely wisdom, experience, and knowledge comes, over time. And, as we mature, it's like, wow, I wish we had known these things years sooner, years earlier. But,
Yeah.
you know, we here.
But I've found that life is for the living, and if you had known it earlier, you would have made a different set of mistakes.
Okay. That's what's
You
up.
know?
So,
That's what's up.
what did you want to comment, or we was talking about earlier? What you wanted to comment about?
She did.
Oh, just about being an AKA.
Okay. Oh, that was
Yeah,
okay.
no, she did. She did. Yeah, you ain't
the
catch that.
sorority, the
You
alpha.
ain't catch
I
that.
forgot.
Yeah,
I'm not in the Greek
yeah,
element.
you
I
ain't,
was
you
like,
ain't catch
oh,
that.
okay.
She did. She did.
Okay.
I do flip my hair a lot. I can't help it.
It's all right. Well, hey, that's what it's for, right?
So what is
Yeah.
it? So what all do you do? And then I heard you're going to be speaking in Yale soon too, right?
Well, I didn't know
Oh,
that.
I thought maybe that's I get too much information from everybody. I don't know,
Oh.
but just
I'll
give us
take it. Manifestation.
right. But just give us a brief of what you do and how you got these Emmys and what's going on.
Cool. Well, I'm a writer first and foremost. I started writing when I was a little girl. And I just was blessed to have a family that encouraged it instead of trying to redirect me into a practical career, especially my mom and my grandma. Um, I talked a lot. I was always in the center of a room trying to tell a story as best as I could. And that led me to go to school for writing and to learn the business of movies, of theater, and of television, and now digital screens as well. So once I graduated with an MFA from Savannah College of Art and Design, I kind of figured that it wasn't the location that you're in that makes you a star, it's the knowledge that you have. I went to LA anyway because, you have to go and figure it out. And I realized that Alabama, where I'm from, had so much talent and had so many film projects that were coming out, but there was no one that was really here teaching folks above the line talent. So, writer, producer, director, the people who are creating the ideas in the room. While I love acting, it's what won me the Emmy. I love creating and creating projects that I can hire people for. Because that's how you really make a change in the industry. It's not just showing up and getting a credit for yourself, it's to be able to bring one along with you. Even if it's an introduction or, a project that I'm not working on later with this person, at least I know that I'm not the only one that came through the door. So that kind of led me to creating a company that teaches workshops, that mentors writers, directors, producers, because not everybody's going to go to film school. There are talented people out here that have brilliant movie ideas. And I got so sick and tired of people coming to me pitching a movie idea that I knew they could make. So I just started teaching them how to make them. Wow. And that's what.
Shout out to Tubi. Tubi is changing the world.
Yes.
Tubi and other platforms, Netflix and other platforms, because you don't have to be in LA. You don't have to be in New York. You just have to, you don't even have to have a big film crew.
No, you just have to know your worth.
Good quality work.
Good quality work. What part of Alabama?
I'm from Birmingham.
Okay, Mayor Ruffin. Mayor Woodson.
Yeah.
That's my chapter brother.
He actually. Oh, sorry, didn't mean that.
No. He just wrote a book. And he was also a guest here on Ask Mathis.
I saw.
Yeah.
She's a fan. She come from our good brother Dale Allen.
Ah, okay.
I do. I love him.
Okay. He's from my hometown, or I'm from his hometown.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely. And also we got the Brooks firm, High Cal and Charles Brooks, attorneys. Charles was my roommate in law school, and they're civil rights attorneys in Birmingham. You know, good people. Birmingham is, you know, historic city with some awesome folks, man.
A talented city.
That's
There are
right.
so many professional people here that probably just don't have the equity or resources to take their careers to the next level.
You know, but you ain't here to talk about how they shooting up Birmingham right now.
Well, I mean, that's a part of the DNA of the city. I'm from Birmingham,
Oh,
so
wow.
growing up, a lot of the content that I write reflects that.
There's a lot of folks from Birmingham who are still connected. You know, Condoleezza Rice from Birmingham.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she was
And
one of the girls.
she was going to be,
At the
you know,
church.
she was friends, and that was the church, and she would have normally been there. You know, the bombing of that church. That's in the DNA of Birmingham.
It is. It is. And so I think if you're an artist and you're creating, it can be easy to want to escape the reality of the world, but that's what we're here for. I love James Baldwin, and I'm going to paraphrase, but he believed that artists were to be the mouthpieces of their generation. That's our purpose. That's why we're here. So avoiding talking about tough stuff is not going to get us anywhere. I write about it.
What's
It might be hard to embrace.
What's your favorite James Baldwin novel?
Ooh. So I love his plays, his early works, but I'm going to say the one that everybody says.
Go Tell It on the Mountain.
Yeah, because it's just to me. I like the later Baldwin works where he's kind of fed up with the state, and he's just calling it what it actually is. And I think, you know, that's scary to do, especially today, right? You can get canceled so easily for just telling the truth.
Yeah, reread The Fire next time. You know,
yes,
like reread that. Like I think you'll, you know,
yeah,
you dig on that. Yeah, James Baldwin was a a great guy, and he was an activist without being like super confrontational and whatnot.
He just stuck to the facts.
And I learned a lot of those things later. You know, after his passing, like why he just got frustrated, because you know some of the reasons that I'm relocating to Ghana, you know, is folks like W.E.B. Du Bois and James Baldwin, who just said, man, you just kind of get tired of fighting for just existence and your identity versus just going somewhere and just being able to be you and being who you really are, as opposed to having to explain. Like, I know I got so much mad respect for you that you're able to stay in your hometown, because so many people cannot prosper in their hometown. They got to go somewhere else, gain acceptance somewhere else before they can come home, because folks just like, you know, they say like, oh, I didn't make it, so why should you make it? You know, it's the crab in the bucket syndrome.
I'm not going to lie to you. I did have to leave. I just moved back to Birmingham. I did have to go to LA before a lot of people in the city gave me respect. And the cruel but beautiful irony is I won this Emmy in Birmingham, in a Birmingham studio.
Wow. And
I started the project in LA, but when I moved back, I got to hear.
And probably so many doors open simply because you were saying, oh, she been in LA. I started, came back. She been in LA. So a lot of doors just open. You know, a lot of doors open. And I definitely, you know, see that. I've been in Miami since '93, but I grew up where Dale Allen grew up, you know, which is probably an hour north. And so, you know, folks just kind of like, when you do come back, they feel like, oh, wow, you know, we seen you here, we seen you there, you seen you there. And they're more open to, you know, would you take my case? Would you? And I'm like, yeah, I mean, if you know me, you know, sure, like that's what it's for. So when you do come back, that's a feeling I'm sure that no one can feel that way, because when you get recognized in your hometown, you know, people who saw you as a little girl, and you know, that's a crazy feeling. I spoke at my church about a week or so ago, and folks just like, oh, we so proud of you, this and that and that. And I had to say, you know, I could never stand in front of a jury had I not done those Easter plays and Easter speeches and had correction from the mothers and the deacons and the folks in the church. And so I always, give an ode to my hometown. And folks, you live off that. And, the grandkids and the other folks, say, hey, that young lady is from here. She got an Emmy. So I know they want you to bring that Emmy everywhere you go.
Oh yeah, it's gone on tours. It's been to almost all the Birmingham city schools. And I don't mind, because I kind of want to rewrite that narrative that the only way that you can be seen as a success in your hometown is if you have left and almost forsaken it. So I put it in the room with people, and the first thing I say is, it's okay, you can touch it, it doesn't bite. Because once it becomes real to you, and once the room where you win it is a real place, then you see yourself in it. It doesn't matter where you are.
Oh.
We're getting to the point now where, to be honest, the film industry in LA is really weak. It's crumbling. So you might move out there and find yourself working in real estate or doing something completely different.
Busting tables and working at the front desk.
In addition to that.
Working at the front desk, or doing Uber and Lyft.
Oh yeah,
a lot of Uber and Lyft.
You don't meet a lot of people like that.
Stuff like that, man. We don't like to do a lot of stuff in LA just because the tax structure. I remember finding out whenever we have like TV appearances in LA, everything is union based. So it's like, we just coming out here to do, a little 5-minute thing on TV. They want to charge you like $40,000 for the dancers. You like, wait, hold on. They're like, oh no,
they're not in our union.
And that's when I found out that, the dancers that are in the union out there in LA, they pretty much work twice a year. So they got it. So when you hit them, like you see like the BET Awards, or you see Soul Train Awards or whatever, and you're like, wow, or the Oscars or the Grammys, those dancers, like the competition is so stiff out there. If they do get the part, like the rehearsal fee is crazy, this fee. So
relocation if you're not living in LA.
So what I end up having to do, because I was like, well, we're not gonna do it. Like, we're not gonna use the dancers. I mean, on big shows like The Voice, we did something on The Voice, American Idol. It was like, you want to bring them out. We did a huge thing with Christina Aguilera was going to come out and sing the part or whatever, and they had like 12 dancers. It was like $40,000. Like, nah, we're gonna bring our dancers from Miami and package it as a touring entity, and we was able to circumvent like how they roll out there. So it's like you said, LA is dying, man. Like, if you're not from there and you don't really have super roots there, it's not sustainable.
And even just what you said, you have to have that knowledge as a creative. A lot of us are just trying to go out and be talent and know nothing about the business, but learn about film incentives. People laugh at me all the time when I say that the film industry in Alabama is hot, but Alabama pays you to make movies here versus having to pay so much tax.
I was going to ask you about, like Louisiana. A lot of the movies were made in Louisiana, like Brad Pitt, because they opened up that film office. In Florida, they have incentives in Florida. It's like $1 million to go towards, movies. They made All About the Benjamins down here off that. Off that. So does Alabama have, a film office where they paying?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Alabama has a very comprehensive and amazing film office, for one, because they do a lot of the work for you. You just tell them where your project is, they go out and hunt and get permits, talk to the municipalities. Yes. Because they want films made here. So you'd be a fool not to go to a market that's begging you to be here.
Right. I'm telling you. Definitely.
The tax incentives are so great. If you use local talent, you end up getting paid after the film is made, just because a large portion of it was written and made here. And so consider that as well. the intellectual property part. Being the person in the room that's creating the content, you get a chance to set what royalties you're going to have, what percentages on the back end. You're not being told, well, this is how much you'll make from this film. And if you spend less on the front end because you filmed it somewhere like Alabama that has a very diverse climate, you can make it look like New York, you can make it look like these cities, like they've
California
been doing.
too. Huntsville
Right.
looks like California with the mountains.
Yeah.
You can, and they've been doing that for years.
Yeah.
Making things they shooting for is what we call it.
Right.
Yeah, so just shoot here, and
That's
you can
what's
take
up.
it and distribute it in companies, that are LA based. Distribution doesn't have to be where you make the film.
Right.
Talk that
Yeah.
talk.
I just want people to be smart,
That's it.
especially Black people moving forward in entertainment. We are so creative, but we go to these apps and platforms and we don't read the permissions that we're giving them. And oftentimes they own your content.
Right.
TikTok can just go away. All of the work that you've done to build a platform, to have content that's monetized, can just be gone like this because you don't own your IP anymore. It's worth learning. What is intellectual property? How can I go into a room and negotiate so that I keep a percentage and I'm not selling everything, including my soul, to the studio?
Right.
Absolutely.
That's what it's all about. We appreciate you giving us this knowledge. Anything that's up and coming you need people to know about, and give us your social media so we can follow the movement.
Yeah, I'm easy to find. Erica, ERIKA _Blenda's Baby. And that's across all social
And you
media.
can't even make that up. She got AKA in her name.
That's my mom that did that.
Get it from her.
I asked her, why the K mama? She said,
That's dope.
A funny story about my company is it's named after my mom, Blenda's Baby Production. So that's just a nod to her. But we are in our process of making films. We're doing a Broadway run for my one-woman show, The Rhythm, the Blues. Follow us because we're always updating on what we got going on. You want to work for us and you're local? Come on.
All right. So are you cool with Mayor Woodfin, or do you know him? If not, I definitely can make that happen.
He issued me a proclamation.
Okay. Say less.
I was floored.
Say less. So he's running in his last term. This is his last term. So
yeah,
he's doing campaign fundraisers right now. So
I don't mind a good word anywhere though. So please, if you like me, tell everybody you know.
All right, will do. Thank you so much. We're very, very proud of you and what you're doing. Look what we got. Southern sister that's doing her thing.
Thank you.
All right. Hopefully, we come down to Miami. We can have you live in studio.
I would love that.
All right. All right.
I know Dale would too.
Peace and blessings.
Bye.
All right now. All right. Teddy T. All right. Great guest, man. Appreciate that. Appreciate
Yeah,
that.
we got some nice set up all for February to kick off Black History and the rest of this new
Black history, boy.
2025.
Ain't no Black history, boy. Ain't no Black history.
To me,
boy.
Black history is world history.
Ain't no DEI. Ain't no affirmative action. Ain't no set aside. Ain't no. And that's what Step wants. That's what he wanted. That's what he got. And we in it. And right now, everybody just holding their breath because they really, 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 really don't know, you know what I'm saying, like when this thing's going to kick in. But what I do feel, and it was crazy. I was talking to a lady the day before yesterday in one of the places I would not expect to have the conversation that I had, because I tried her. I tried it. Like, she came in there, she asked me what I wanted. I said, I want a tequila and a lime before them tariffs go into effect. And she looked at me. I guess she didn't know what I said, because where I was, she wasn't expecting me to use terminology like tariffs and, on that or whatever. And it was a little loud in there with the music. So then we got to talking or whatever, and then she was just like, that's good. I'm like, huh? So we have Trump supporters all over the place. So the thing is, Buddy has been straight up betraying. He betrayed his Venezuelan folks. He betraying like all them folks, man. You know, betraying them. The thing is, you know, is he gonna betray us? I'm saying.
Exactly what he was gonna do.
Well, put it this way. You may be right. You may be right. However, the Florida delegation told them people who had those temporary protection orders from Venezuela that they was gonna be good. The Venezuelans, and all the folks who, you know, were here just like, yeah, you know, I'm here. You know, it's too hot to go back right now because they, you know, they dying in the street and they doing this and whatever, whatever. And the buddy came back and was like, he ain't spared none of them. He ain't spared none of them, bro. They give it 30 days. They give it 30 days and they mad because, you know, Jimenez and all the, you know, the congressional Republicans in in Congress, you know, told them, you know, come out, get everybody to come out, vote for him, and y'all got this TPS. So they thought, you know, their relatives and their family was gonna be good, that they was gonna be straight, and you know, the folks is like saying like, no, man, like that's not cool. Jimenez is like, you know, they protesting, but you know what does that mean? You see, your boy Robert Kennedy just got out of committee, and the doctor from Louisiana, who was like, you know, the one that they thought was going to vote against him because like the polio and how this guy's basically saying the polio vaccine, and of course you had Mitch McConnell who had polio as a kid, and you know with the vaccine, and then this doctor is like how many kids he saved with polio. They still went on, well not Mitch McConnell, but the other guy still went on and rocking with him. So I guess they don't want to get old boy mad because he says he's going to primary him.
Mm-hmm.
So before we get up out of here, man, we got to go look at our boy Jimmy, man, right now. And look at this discussion that took place, discussion, argument, like whatever you want to call it, between Barkley, Shaq, on here. So let's see what they have to say, and then Teddy, I'm gonna let you lead this discussion.
You don't feel a responsibility when you are under contract for this season to play this
And next year, I do. But I'm not gonna go all out.
Shaq ain't never go all out.
I'll play, but I'm not gonna go out. Especially like you're not gonna play hard. No, listen, I didn't say hard. I didn't say hard. I said I'm not gonna go all out, especially if we're not gonna win. You don't feel no obligation because you know what? At 35, what if I tear a knee and get hurt? You still gonna make $50 million. You got $50 million coming. Bro, I want more, man. You keep talking about 2 years. What about year 3, 4, 5,
Shaq
6?
messing up for a lot of people,
Because
man.
he was that good at that
He done got over $1 billion in contracts, and he's still on TV every other commercial. And now he's just basically telling y'all, like, y'all gotta play hard.
When he was there, and then said, I signed the contract and I'm going to play. Period.
You don't feel a responsibility when you are under
Now, I could ask for more, and I could, and he never did. But Jimmy could ask for more, but he still has an obligation to show
Michael Jordan ended up leaving.
He has the obligation to show
He retired. Business of basketball. He came back and played for Washington.
Yeah, he did.
but also the business of basketball. Go all out.
Listen,
Come on, go all out. You owe that. You owe that to your teammates. You owe that to the fans. You owe that to the franchise.
No.
You owe it to yourself.
No, you owe it to your teammates more than
That's what I said.
You can get mad at the Miami Heat organization, but the fans of Miami and those guys in that locker room, they ain't got nothing to do with you wanting a contract extension.
Oh, okay, Ernie, to your point, how come people don't play hard in the All-Star? How come
I
players don't go?
wish we all had an answer to that.
But they don't go.
There's no
all out.
consequences for losing an All-Star game.
No, they don't go.
There's
all out.
consequences. They're not on the contract.
There's one reason they don't go all out in the All-Star game because they don't want to get hurt. So again, if I'm not winning the championship at 35, right?
He's making $50 million a year. Now,
listen to what I'm saying. There might be another team that gives him an extension.
Can I ask you a question then?
I'm
So
not going
Wembenyama should say, I'm young. I could get hurt.
we're not in the playoffs, so I should just chill out a little bit.
Nice analogy, but it doesn't match.
It's the same thing.
It's not. No, it's not.
I'm young.
No,
I'm
it's
not
not.
getting hurt and
No, it's
messing
not.
up my years. You act like Jimmy's playing for
I
free.
can't do it. I can't do it.